Welcome back to a season 2 of a conversation with a Trainerhead, and we have a big guest in here. We have our guy Alex from the Soul Supplier podcast. We're going to chop it up. We're going to ask him a few questions of how he started, what got him in the trainer game, and the Soul Supplier podcast. So Alex, let the people know what you do and how you started your journey with the Soul Supplier podcast.
Yeah, so essentially now I'm a freelance social media content creator and like brand consultant. But in terms of the Soul Supplier and the podcast, it's a bit of a funny story. So like I've known Dan for quite a while.
Okay.
And me and Dan used to just kind of always meet up at different footwear events like from the industry and just basically stand back and have a laugh. It's probably going to kill me for saying this, but sometimes just have a laugh at the way some people behaving and some of the things that were happening. And we, funny enough, we were at the Adidas Night Jogger event in Peckham early last year, and I said to him, I was like, look, I'm going to start a podcast.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on it? Like, so I hold Dan's opinion in high regard. He knows what he's talking about. So I was like, what do you think? And he was like, well, funny enough, we've just been discussing starting one. And the conversation has kind of moved from there. And I never actually met George at that point. So I just kind of went in for a meeting with the two of them, sat down, and we all just got on like a house on fire. And went from there.
Because from the stuff I've seen and some of the stuff I've listened to, you can tell the chemistry. You guys know a lot about your sneakers. So like you knowing about your sneakers, how did you know so much about trainers? Like, have you worked in a trainer store, or is it something that you just picked up along when you were growing up? Yeah,
so I've always been interested in footwear. Like the way I got into it was from collecting football boots.
Okay, alright.
So from when I was young.
So you them guys that was on Pro Direct Soccer looking
spending hours on Nike.com.
Just looking at all that stuff.
For years I've always collected football boots. Like, from my first pair of football boots was like Diadora, then I went to Umbro, and I went to like the old school brand.
Okay.
And then probably a bit of a depiction on the footballer I am. Do you know what I mean? Not the classy one.
Right. What are you trying to say? Were you a bit like a Perlo?
No. Well, Roy Keane or something like that.
Dirty and stuff.
Yeah. That's where it started, and then essentially I ended up working for JD Sports about 6-7 years ago.
Okay, so how was that experience?
Yeah, it's eye-opening, man. Like anything you do in retail is it's challenging, but when you work in somewhere like JD, it's like fast-paced retail. It's hardcore, and you deal with all sorts of customers. But then that journey ultimately took me into Size. Obviously, they're owned by the same company.
Okay.
And I'd been in store with Size. I was a store manager for a few years. Then I went to work in their head office a few years ago.
Okay.
And I left Size in.
That's a really good journey,
July last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's gonna lead me on to my next question, because when I was growing up, getting exclusive trainers, you didn't have all these raffles, you didn't have all these like online apps like the Nike sneakers app.
No.
So I've been having a big discussion with one of my mates about, especially even a few days ago, a few trainers dropped, and they've been having a bit of complaints about the bots. So would you like to go back to the old style of buying trainers, or would you like to have this new way of getting trainers where you have to literally sit at your computer and hope and pray and speak to the sneaker god somewhere for someone to give you a drop?
It's a weird one for me, because obviously I've worked and I've been a part of both like sides. I've queued up for trainers. I've worked in a store where I've had people queuing up for trainers, and I've also seen it from the digital perspective, where a lot of people complain about, I went on this app and this app crashed. Sometimes I remember it so clearly. There was the Air Max 1 Animal Pack that came out 2 years ago.
Okay,
And a lot of people used to complain about the Size previews app. But at one point, I think it was at 7:59, there was 198,000 people on that app, and there was probably 200 players online. And then at 8:01, there was like 457,000 people on that app. So it's like you're buying a lottery ticket. You know what I mean? It's a difficult one to get around. I think, unfortunately, the time that we live in now, I think sometimes, as a community and as an industry, we let ourselves down with the way that we behave. Unfortunately in London, we just can't have nice things, because you see people queuing up outside End in Newcastle, first come first serve, same in Scotland. So I think in London sometimes we just need to behave a little bit better, and that's on both sides. Like the stores and the
you saying the stores need to be able to manage the people better.
Yeah, 100%. I think first come first serve does work because
I think that's how I used to get trainers. I used to be on a first come first serve. I remember going to Size Carnaby Street for like any drop or anything that I wanted, and it would be first come first serve. If I didn't get it, I didn't get it. Like,
so
that's it.
In the last 2 years that I worked in Carnaby Street, we had some of the biggest launches. And, this is when Yeezys were kind of like first becoming more widely available. So we had all the 350 drops. We had I think we had some 500s. We had the Air Max 1 Masters, which that was. I think there was only like 50 pairs available in London at the time.
Those were really good trainers. They were good sneakers at the time.
So there were things like that, and it's just how you manage it. I think it's down to stores to communicate to the people that are queuing up. And I think it's also down to the people outside. There's been times when there's been 200 people outside the shop, and I'm like, right, just queue up in a single line.
Just make it easy.
You can't do that. So like kids do that for like fire drills in school. Like, why can you not just? So I think I love NBA, I love basketball. I have done from an early age.
Who's your team, sir?
You know what? It pains me to say this, but unfortunately, it's the Knicks.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's one of those things.
Knicks? How are your Knicks? What, Jason Kidd?
You know what? It's one of those things where,
That's crazy.
I'm a loyal person.
Serious?
I'm a loyal person. And
That's
like,
mad.
When I first started watching basketball,
I thought you'd say Lakers or Celtics.
I think you find in the UK, the people that are into the NBA, they tend to follow players more than teams. So as much as I say, it's the Knicks, I've also always had this kind of love affair with New York as well.
Okay.
But I won't lie to you, like the Lakers is they've been in my heart for a long time. Like, because I think I'm 29, and I feel like I kind of part more with Kobe in that era than I did with Michael Jordan. So for me, like, what he embodied, Kobe Bryant.
I'm surprised you said the Knicks. I'm really surprised. Like, no one.
It's tough, man. No one admits to it. It's no one admits.
The only time I think
it's like being a Tottenham fan.
I watched the Knicks. We don't do that. But yeah, the Knicks. I remember watching the Knicks when they had Carmelo Anthony, and it was like borderline, like could have gone for a ring, but it just wasn't there yet. And then the Knicks, they're not even as good as the Nets right now.
No, man. It's tough to admit, bro. They've not had like a winning season in a long time. They're pretty poor. It's the same with NFL. Like I'd say, it's the Giants.
Yeah, my team.
They're pretty poor.
My team is still the Chicago Bulls, and I'll never change it.
Is that because of Michael Jordan?
Because of Michael Jordan. And but do you know what's mad? I loved Scottie Pippen more than Jordan.
Yeah. Do you
Scottie Pippen doesn't get the ratings that he deserves.
Do you know who my favourite player in that team was?
Who?
Dennis Rodman.
Yes. Because of his defensive stats. So, would you say you're a Carmelo fan in terms of his sneakers?
Nah, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. Basketball sneakers I've never really been into.
Okay.
Jordan's is.
So, what are you like? Do you like running sneakers?
Yeah.
Or you're a technology kind of guy?
Nah, I'm more of a running guy. Air Max 1's my favourite shoe. Like my favourite shoe of all time. Again, weirdly enough, is the Forrest Gump Cortez.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favourite shoe. Wow. But again, that's because. It's one of those shoes that like...
That is an iconic shoe.
Yeah.
For Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run,
and that's where I first saw the shoe, and it just kind of stuck with me forever.
Alex, lovely speaking to you, man.
Thank you very much.
I think I've learned so much from you in terms of your knowledge and what you do. So just let the people know where they can find you. And
on Instagram, Alex_Vas. There's not a whole load of footwear stuff on there. It's usually me just being a bit of an idiot, but
no, we don't mind that.
Yeah, you get a bit of a journey into footwear in there sometimes.
Make sure you look into him on the Soul Supply podcast. That is a proper podcast. That's like, if you want to know about your sneakers, you want to hear the banter from him and George and Dan there, that hit him up. And
plus, we've had David Beckham on there, man.
Come on.
I feel like we're certified now.
You've had a football god there. I'm happy to have Alex on the show.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate
hopefully we'll link up with you again.
Of course.
Thanks for watching our conversation with a Trainerhead, and we'll link you guys up soon. Peace.